Hello everyone, my name is Matt Prina and I'm going to show you around my website. So it's been a fun semester and I've learned a lot about HTML and CSS and one of the guys in my ward approached me towards the beginning of the semester and asked me to build a website for him. And so he has a company that he does on the side with some buddies called Zigtrix. It's a IT company, so he does IT for a big company, but he has his own little business on the side where he does IT projects for small businesses and stuff like that. And so they had a website that was really bad. And so I told him I was a beginner, but I knew I could do better than what he already had. So this is what I have. He just wanted something simple, a website where people could look at the services that they provided and then call their number to set up an appointment. So there's a home page, and kind of my reasoning behind the layout is a lot of websites nowadays, it's kind of trendy to have like a one-page site where everything's on the same page, and so that was kind of where I started. But then I realized that we're kind of required to have different pages for this project, for this class. And so the services page is actually part of the home page. It's just kind of like a lot of websites now where you press this little down button and it just kind of takes you down further the page. And so here's a nice big hero image, and takes you down. I wanted to have their phone number really accessible because that's kind of the main action point of the website, is to get people to call them and set up an appointment. The most important part about the website is the services that they offer, because that's what people are going to be looking for. And so I have those really visible right here. And if you click each of these icons, it will take you down to the respective service on the page that explains more about it. So that's the first one. It has a little blurb about that service, and the same thing with all of these. So you can see that, and then hitting view services or services up here, they all kind of do the same thing. And then there's another little button down here that says contact us, and that leads to this contact page. And it just has their contact information on there, really straightforward. And then there's another little area here where you can click on the services to go back to the services, because that's kind of the main thing that people will be looking at. And then here's the footer. And so our next page is the about page, which is also accessible from up here at the top. No matter where you are on the site, you can click this little icon here to go back to the home page, or you can click the home button, or you can click it down here in the footer. I tried to make that really easy to get to. There's also the up arrow in the footer that takes you back up to the top of the page, no matter what page you're on. So the About Us on their existing website was just really awful, and it kind of stunk because they didn't give me much leeway with like the content of the page, but I tried to just really simplify it and kind of design it in a more dynamic way. So just kind of broke it up a little bit here and tried to make it a little bit more designed than they had it on their current page. And then there's some links down here. I needed another content page other than just the services for our requirements for our class, and so I made a store page. It's just kind of a fake, what a store page would look like. They have like a little Amazon page on their existing site, but I don't think they really use it. So this is what maybe it would look like if we actually did that. And then here's my site map that I designed when we first started designing the site. Just talks about the different pages that are on the site. A style guide we filled out that has our wireframes and all the styling on there for everything, and my inspirations, and then the practice site, obviously beautiful, lovely Idaho Beekeeper Practice Site. So that's my website. Let's see here. Explain what I learned the most. So mostly it was just learning how to position things. Obviously, styling stuff in HTML is pretty simple. I think the hardest part, or in CSS, the hardest part about CSS, I think, is just getting things positioned the way that I wanted them to be. Especially with like the hero image and all the other elements on top of it. I had to do a little bit of research to figure out how to do that how I wanted it. This was kind of hard, getting this button to do that when I hovered over it. I don't know if it's the way that my HTML is or what. I couldn't get it to turn when I went over the rectangle. You have to actually hover over the text before it will turn white. But anyways, I learned a lot, mostly just getting the experience. And when the guy approached me about doing it for him, I was a little bit nervous because I had never done one before for an actual company, but I did it just because I knew I wanted to start getting some experience. So it's a great experience. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I think it looks good, and it does what it needs to do. People can come here and they can see what this company can do, and then if they feel like it's something that they want to go with, then they can just give them a call and they can set up their IT services. So it works for what it needs to do. Things that I'd like to continue to work on is making it more responsive, because I'm still working on learning how to position things. I need to work on making it work at smaller window sizes, and making it work on a mobile device is something that I definitely need to work on. But as far as just viewing it on a regular desktop or laptop browser, it works good for that. Other than that, I think that's everything. I had a lot of fun in this class. It's funny, these communication classes, I feel like I always work the hardest in these classes. And for whatever reason, I always get the lowest grades in these classes, but I feel like I learn the most out of any of my other classes in the communication classes. So really enjoyed the class and learned a lot, and enjoyed seeing your guys' websites and seeing how they've progressed. So I think that is everything.